one stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway in Foxborough. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The Patriots at 9-2 to start play. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Now this throw caught left side. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down carry for Harris. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Pats, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 16, Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And the Pats are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That's swung out wide to Harris, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing Jones. And he rifles one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Allen going to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now an option play on 2nd down. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
Now, like that, he knew that that was about all he was going to get, so he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find a way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Touchdown! Khalil Shakir, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jones. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Now Allen. The left side caught by Diggs. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on, or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. But good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Harris running straight ahead. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. But he's got his target, Harris. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These two AFC East rivals, Buffalo and New England, well, the Bills, they've kind of flipped the script the last few years in this series. The Patriots own the division for so long, won 16 times in 17 years. But it's the Bills who have captured the title the last 2 years, and they crushed the Pats in the wild card round last year, you might remember, in Buffalo, 47-17. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Bills will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. They'll try and run the option left side. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's the punter Martin out to kick it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He'll let this go deep for Bourne. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime total. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy. All these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's another carry for Harris. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15 and spotted at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Jalen Smith, the NFC's leading tackler in 2020, there on the stop defensively. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones, open receiver here, complete. It's Parker. Touchdown, Patriots. Devontae Parker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are an extra point away from evening this one up. Folk connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Allen going to try and keep it. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and goal from the 1. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Jones. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
73 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Alert! So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Bass now to send it away. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter. I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd down, Cook. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. That's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are right back in this football game. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On second down, this is Harris. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jones, open man is born. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
I haven't been a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour, and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Bills, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.
When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong, they got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose.